Hey everyone, so you guys are just staring at my mattress. I was gonna film the rats, but they're being brats as usual. And they're both hiding under the fleece, stockpiling all their goodies. So I thought I would just do a super quick video. I just wanna it's like sort of like a little disclaimer. So in my last video, my rat cage tour, I had mentioned about Calvin, who you guys met. He was my double Rex, hairless, Dumbo baby boy, and he passed away. So that's like some of the news I have. So he passed away after I had him for about 2 months. To say I was sad is an understatement. I was heartbroken. Yeah, he was like, they say you only have like one heart rat, but I think you have a heart rat in every group of rats that you get. So my first pair, Kodak was definitely my heart rat, and then when I had Bo and Bosley, I didn't really feel that. Like I felt a connection, but not like the same way. And then I got oh my gosh, Calvin, and it was like instant. I was like, oh my gosh, like he's like my second heart rat, like my, I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah. So I loved him to pieces. Sadly, he lasted 2 months. Again, I was not sure how old he was. I know he was bred, like used for breeding purposes, which means that, he was most likely fed a horrible diet and used for mass production pretty much. So I feel sorry for his so-called girlfriends, and he had actually one like most of his life. So yeah. And I'm sure he had some kind of health problems that I just like never would have known about until he was a lot older, until it was too late. And obviously, he showed no signs of respiratory illness or anything that, as far as I could tell. And I've gone through it, so I know exactly what it looks like. He didn't show any signs of like, I don't know, like mange or mites or I don't, just like nothing that he could have passed from, that like I could physically see on the outside or hear or whatever. He had like no signs. He was always like excitable and like super sweet, but he was also very chill. So I'm pretty sure he was already over a year, although I was told he was 6 months. Sorry. So that's the story about him. And then also during that time, after I had Calvin for about a month, I was walking a dog because I am a dog walker for a company, and a couple were standing by a box, and long story short, there was a baby rat. Somebody obviously dumped, I'm pretty sure it was those two people that were standing next to the box, dumped a rat because, they buy for their kid or they buy as a feeder, and they decide that, I don't want this anymore, or my snake's not eating it and I don't want to have to take care of it because it's going to get too big, and then I'll have to just take care of it. And from wherever they got it from, maybe they thought they couldn't bring it back. I don't know the story, but anyway, I saw Coda and automatically it wasn't even something I had to think about. I just brought him home. Brought him home, and he was this big, about the size of this little paw print. He was about 3 weeks old, so I did start feeding him kitten replacement milk every couple of hours. I think it was every 4 to 6 hours, because he was already 3 weeks. They don't need it every 2 hours anymore. On top of that, he was already starting on his solids and baby foods and some veggies, and he was doing so well. I'll show you. This was, I think, a few days after I found him, or maybe a week after I found him. This is how tiny he was. He was a black hooded Miss Mark because his back had all different weird markings. He actually had one that looked like a little heart, but that's my hand also, guys, and my hand's not that big. He was just gorgeous. He was so sweet, and he was such a sweetheart, and he like was fuzzy when I found him, and then he grew so fast from like the size of that paw to like the size of the whole rectangle here. Like it was insane how fast he grew. And I had him for about a month, so he was about, I don't know, wait, what did I say he was? 3 weeks, so 7 weeks, I guess, 7, 8 weeks, I don't know, but that's like an estimate because we're not sure exactly how old he was. And he was doing so great, and he finally was introduced at 6 weeks to Calvin, and Calvin loved him. Him and Calvin slept together. It was the sweetest thing. Then a week after I put them together, Calvin passed away. And then exactly 1 week, and then, well, when Calvin passed, I decided to wait a day, and then I bonded him with Bosley and Bo, and they absolutely loved, like Bosley. Bosley was in love with him. Bo didn't really care. Bo's kind of like a standoffish kind of rat. He kind of doesn't really care much about other creatures. He more cares about the people. And he's really sweet. But anyway, so they loved each other. It was so nice. They were together for a whole 1 week, just like when he was with Calvin, and he passed away as well. Exact same spot, exactly 1 week away. It was a Tuesday, and exactly the next Tuesday, that Calvin had passed away. The next Tuesday, Coda passed away. His name is Coda, by the way, because I wanted to keep the C theme, so I had 2 B's and 2 C's. So I was really heartbroken. Sorry guys, I can't speak about that. Obviously I've gotten over it. It's been about 2 months or so. It still makes me super sad. I'm getting sad now. Obviously I immediately said no more. I'm done. But it's been 2 months, and of course now I'm like, oh, I can get another little baby brother for Bo and Bosley, but we're going away on holiday in February, so no new rats, at least until we get back from our vacation. But Bo and Bosley are doing awesome. My first thought was that maybe it was something that they spread to each other, and I hadn't quarantined long enough, and it was this big thing, and I was so nervous and paranoid. I made my mom check on my rats every day for the first 2 weeks after Coda passed away, and then I realized that, you know what, it was just his time to go. He was just too little. I think he was thriving, but it happens like that. They thrive and thrive until one day they just don't. And Calvin, I understand, he was older. But Bo and Bosley are still going strong. It's been about, like I said, almost 2 months. Oh, Bo is stuffing his face with food. I just fed them. And they're doing really well. They love each other. We had a little mite outbreak. I guess I hadn't noticed it, and I think with the stress of one of their cage mates passing, they felt that, and then they were more susceptible to the mites and or whatever. Anyway, so they got treated for it. I'm against using Revolution. I understand a lot of people love it, but I'm too afraid of it not working. And I'm sorry guys, this video is super boring because all you're looking at is that you look at baby Coda again. But yeah, so I did some natural remedies and just a lot of work and a lot of cleaning, and it seemed to really have paid off. Obviously, they still have 1 or 2 more treatments. I call them treatments, as well as ivermectin, because I don't mind ivermectin. I just don't trust using Revolution because I'm afraid they're gonna lick it off and just, like, I don't know, get sick, and I don't want no more deaths. So yeah, I've also been thinking that after Bosley and Bo pass, that maybe instead of rats, I'll take a break from rats, and I'll try my hardest to either get a puppy. And when I say my hardest, I mean because I have to convince my parents. Or I've always wanted a ferret. So I might do that. But I don't know. So yeah guys, stay tuned for new videos. My camera's finally kind of working, so I should be making new videos soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry for this long 8-9 minute video. Sorry of kind of boringness, but I want to let you guys know about Coda. If you guys want to go look down in my description, in the description box down below, I will have my Instagram, and you guys can go look at some cute pictures of baby Coda and some pictures of Calvin, and obviously pictures of my guinea pigs and of my cat. Actually, I never really post my cats, but of Bo and Bosley, and yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in our next video. Bye!